Who wants to do number one?
Me.
Okay.
As the economy declines in a recession, the collection of personal income tax revenues automatically falls. This phenomenon best illustrates how a progressive income tax system, D, serves as an automatic stabilizer for the economy.
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
Yep.
Number two, due to automatic stabilizers, when the nation's total income rises, government transfer spending, B, decreases and tax revenue increases.
Okay. The third one, refer to the graph above. The budget surplus would be associated with GDP level. It's D as DL.
Yes.
DL? Yeah. Okay, I'll do the next one. Oh gosh, how do I pronounce that? Okay,
Cyclically, I think.
thank you. About to come out. Adjusted budget estimates the federal budget deficit or surplus if B, the economy were a full employment.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I read this next one. The cyclically adjusted deficit as percentage of GDP is 2% in year one. The cyclically adjusted deficit becomes 1% of GDP in year two. It can be concluded from year one to year two that fiscal policy was more contractionary. B.
Yes.
I had A, but no, but that would make sense, right?
No, because if you're actually going up. You're actually going up, which would be contractionary instead of going down, which is expansionary.
Okay,
Isn't
so
it the opposite?
No.
Okay. I mean,
So
I
five
have
is
B,
B.
but I was confused for a second. I was like, wait, isn't it the opposite? But okay.
Because it was 2% in year one, which normally I think a negative is expansionary, but you're going from a lower negative, or you're going to a higher negative, or you're
Okay.
going closer to zero.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So the direction you're going is contractionary.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, number 6. Refer to the data in the table above. The direction of fiscal policy became more contractionary from A, 2005 to 2006.
I have D, 2003 to 2004.
That's
Me
what I
too.
have as well.
You have D?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because see how on the surplus, on the budget deficit or surplus, it's at negative 2.7 and then it goes down to negative 2.4.
Yeah.
And it's in what I understood from it, I even wrote a note on it because it was higher the year before. I don't know.
Well, if you look, you're looking at where it's going from one year to the next.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2005 to 2006,
It's the same.
so no, but look, in 2005, you went from negative 2.6 to negative 1.8,
Okay.
which is a difference of negative 0.8.
Okay.
Then in 2006, you went from negative 1.9 to negative 1.8, which is a difference of negative 0.1. So that difference is negative 0.7.
Okay.
Does that make sense? What do
Yeah.
you guys think?
I still think it's 2003 to 2004.
The thing is, you're going from not that year, but you're going from one year to the next, and you have to look at the actual budget deficit or surplus and compare it to the cyclically adjusted budget deficit or surplus. And what have they done from one year to the next? Well,
Because when I wrote down what page I got where I based my answer from on page 295, it's towards like the middle top, I think you say.
okay. 295?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's where it says in contrast.
Good girl.
Okay. So if you look at the table 13.1,
Mm-hmm.
we does anybody have that? So I'll read it off. In the table 13.1, the actual deficit or surplus was a surplus of 2.4. Now their cyclically adjusted was 1.2. So that's a difference. So that's a difference of 1.2, which makes it contractionary.
Well, you mean on the 2000? Are you talking about? It says that. See for where is it at? So in 2002, the actual deficit or surplus was a positive 0.4, and then the cyclically, whatever one, that one was a positive 1.2, which was it's stating between the actual and the other one. There's a 1.2 difference, and that one was qualified as expansionary. That's what I read in here.
It says in the first paragraph after the table, it says take a look at data for 2000, for example, which shows that fiscal policy was contractionary that year.
And it says note that the actual budget is contractionary. Okay, I see.
Now, if you look at
okay.
And so that's what the way I used to figure out on the graph on the question, because it also goes on to say later on, it gives an example of the expansionary, which was in 2008, because in 2008 the actual deficit was negative 3.2, but the cyclically adjusted deficit was negative 2.9. So the government they're actually budgeting. They're actually spending more with their budget to make it expansionary. So when I looked at those examples, I looked at it on the table on question 6 and based it off of that. Because if you look at that, the difference from 2005 to 2006 is contractionary, and then B, C, and D are all expansionary from one year to the next.
Okay.
That's what I thought. So,
but I thought they were like focusing more on the everything on the right, on the cyclically adjusted deficit or surplus.
They are, but they're looking at it in the sense of from one year to the next.
Okay.
So, for example, 2003 and 2004 were both contractionary, expansionary.
Okay.
And so it was 2002 to 2003. They were both expansionary, but you have to look at the difference between the years and which direction is it going.
Okay.
You guys even care, or should we just go on? It's just one question.
Fine.
I see some people zoning out. No, I'm just kidding.
Trying to understand it, but it's okay. Go ahead. We can.
You guys can keep going. I'm just hungry and eating my chips and trying to listen to you guys teach.
I mean, that's just the way I understand it.
Okay.
I guess we'll find out when we take the quiz.
Okay.
I feel confident in A.
Okay.
I think it's hilarious how Daryl and Santa always engage in fights against each other on answers and questions, and why not?
Yeah, but what's funnier that I think that it's exams.
I find it very entertaining.
Well, I mean, sometimes we do the group meeting, I haven't read that far, and so when I was reading this and doing it, I was trying to wrap my head around it and understand exactly where they're going with it. So that's the way I understood it. So I'm just trying to share with the group the way that I understood it.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
But then Alex's chips just. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Right. Okay, well, we can move on to number 7.
I like you guys.
Yeah, let's go to 7.
Okay, 7 says a major reason that the public debt cannot bankrupt the federal government because the public debt can be easily refinanced by issuing new bonds.
That's right. I'll read 8. When the federal government uses taxation spending actions to stimulate the economy, it's conducting fiscal policy.
Yes.
Yes.
9. When the federal government takes budgetary action, sorry, Prem,
No, that's
action to stimulate the economy or rein in inflation, such policy. C.
How rude of you interrupting Prem.
Which
Unbelievable.
one?
I'm the worst.
What was
Yeah.
it?
Minus C is what I got.
Discretionary
C.
fiscal
I
policy.
have C.
Okay.
And the
Go,
next
Prem.
one, 10th one, it's when changes in taxes and government spending occur in the economy without explicit action by Congress, such policy is called non-discretionary fiscal policy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So D?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
11. Fiscal policy is enacted through changes in D, taxation and government spending.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, 12. If the U.S. Congress passes legislation to raise taxes to control demand pull inflation, then this would be an example of A, not A, but A, C,
Yes.
you know what I mean, fiscal policy.
Yes.
I hate that word too. One tiny problem with using fiscal policy to counter a recession is the recognition lag that occurs between the start of the recession and the time it takes to recognize that the recession has started.
Yes.
Yes.
14.
Okay.
The lag between the time that the need for fiscal action is recognized and the time action is actually taken is referred to as the de-administrative lag.
Yes.
Lag. Oh my god.
The 15th one, the state and local governments are limited in the ability to respond to recession because of its constitutional and other requirements to balance their budgets.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
16. The crowding out effect suggests that C, increases in government spending may reduce private investment.
Yes.
Correct.
17. Somebody else want it?
No, go for it.
Crowding out is a decrease in private investment caused by B, increased borrowing by the government.
I had A.
I didn't have
Let
anything
the
on
fight
17.
let the fight begins.
Let me get my chips ready.
No, get your chips because I know I read this one. It's at the very
Are you on
end.
17 still?
Yes.
Yeah.
18.
So
Oh, I
Okay,
thought it
so
was 18.
I got A, and on page 304 is where I found my answer.
on which
So
page?
what did you got, Darren? Daryl?
I got B, increase borrowing by the government. All right, let me find where I have it. So, what it said is, well, let me find it. You remember reading it?
Okay, so crowding out effect revisited. A potential more well, here, let me get closer to that. This possibility involves the previously discussing crowding out effect. So before that, it says potentially more serious problems in the financing, and then in parentheses says, and continued refinancing of the large public debt, which can transfer a real economic burden to future generations by passing on to them a smaller stock of capital goods. This possibility involves the previously discussed crowding out effect.
I didn't hear all that. What page? You said 304?
304, like towards, I want to say, in the middle, towards the end. The idea that public borrowing drives up real interest rates, which reduces private investment spending.
Okay, so you said, which answer did you say it was?
I said A.
Okay, now you said the interest rate going up, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you go to page 300, it's also talking about the crowding out effect. It says the rising interest rate might also potentially crowd out interest-sensitive consumption spending, which is the same thing, right? Rising interest rate.
Yes.
So it says to see the potential problem, realize that whenever the government borrows money, as it must if it is deficit spending, it increases the overall demand for money. If the monetary authorities are holding the money supply constant, this increase in demand will raise the price paid for borrowing money, the interest rate. So when the government borrows money, the interest rate goes up. On page 3, towards the end of page 300.
Okay.
So I put that because it says increased borrowing by the government causes the interest rate to go up. Because we both agree that it's a higher interest rate,
Right.
and increased taxes don't drive the interest rate up. It's their borrowing that does.
Okay. We'll go with you, Daryl.
You can put whatever you want. That's just,
You convinced me.
come on, Mario, pick a side.
I think I'm in your side today. That's what I have. I have D.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not trying to prove anybody wrong. I'm just
No,
Just-
no. I'm glad that we actually discuss them. Dispute them because it helps out a lot.
okay. I agree. Because there's times when I'm totally lost, and you guys have the answer and bail me out. So remember that one time. Remember that
What
one
was
time
that?
I argued with you and you were right and I was wrong. So
Hey, it's a hit and miss for all of us.
okay.
Okay, 18. The Social Security program is designed to pay D, older Korean workers using funds from younger Korean workers.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Does everybody
Federal
agree?
budget deficit exists when federal government spending exceed tax revenue in a given year.
Yes.
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 Okay, the last one. How is the public debt calculated? It's D by accumulating the annual difference between tax revenues and government spending over the years.
Yeah.
Boom! Nailed it, Prem.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the broadcast. Is everybody happy?
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.